Chapter 12. The Tellico River flows from the Blue Ridge Mountains down to the Little Tennessee River. Near Tellico Plains its beauty is unsurpassed. Travelers follow the river approaching Bald River Falls on a paved ancient logging road amid the ghosts of the Cherokee people who were native to the area before expulsion. Boulders protrude from the swirling rapids, creating eddies and overlook smooth gatherings of stones. Fishermen wade to cast flies into still pools and might see trout lilies, Dutchman's britches, toothworts, squirrelcorn, and giant chickweed. They might also spot a Bigfoot. At least that was according to Gable, who had been researching the area and now stood outside the Johnson's minivan. Petra was filming while Harrison, Rink, and the family watched. The roar of the falls could be heard here in the parking lot, and a fine mist floated out to the vehicles, dropping the temperature by at least 20 degrees. "Let's walk up to the top and recreate the encounter," Gable suggested. Martin agreed, but the whole family was not on the same page.
"Mommy, I don't want to go," Lacey said as she squeezed to her mother's side.
"Honey, it's filming. You don't have to be afraid."
"I don't ever want to go up there again."
Gable knelt down and looked the little girl in the eye. "We won't let anything happen to you," the researcher told her. Lacey paused only a moment before pulling her mother around to garner her full attention.
"Don't make me go,"
she whispered in an urgent tone of panic. "We can't go," her mother decided, as if some telepathic power had enabled her to realize a dangerous situation. We need to recreate what happened," Gable coaxed. "Maybe you can do it some other way or place," Martin said as he walked between Gable and the girls. "It'll just have to be this way." "Mr. Marks," Jenny began, "she hasn't slept well since, that day. She doesn't eat. She can't go up there. I'm sorry." "Very well," Gable said. "Let's the rest of us go on up."
"I'll go,"
Chase told his father.
"I'm not afraid."
"He's likely not to be at the same place," Gable said. "We haven't seen that happen very often in our studies."
"I'm not afraid of him,"
Chase said. "That's good. You and your dad lead the way." The group trudged up the hill with Petra managing to lug most of the load and still film every step of the way. Rink and Gable followed behind as they climbed. "She's really serious, Gable," Rink said, able to hike and climb at any speed and speak as though she were sitting at a dinner table. Gable's conditioning was another matter. "Children are afraid sometimes. There's no telling what the parents have been saying. The story's been all over town, too." "No, I don't think it's that. I'm skeptical. You know that. She's certain she saw something out of the ordinary." Whether Gable believed or not was impossible to tell. He was struggling. Past the top of the falls, the roaring of the water quieted, enough so that the shoot could be done comfortably without extra microphones. Mr. Johnson was a natural. He spoke well and with ease. He needed no notes or second takes. He told his story. Rink studied him and Chase without speaking. "Could it have been a bear?" Rink asked him. "No," Martin said. "Bears don't walk like that guy. My father and I were hiking in the Smokies when I was small. A bear met us on the path. We stepped off about 3 feet, and the bear stepped off on the other side. We passed each other. It was surreal. Bears don't walk like what we saw, nor near as big either." Rink went to the rocky area of the river where the sighting occurred and held her hand up for height. Almost 8 feet. You said something else," Gable asked Martin. The chute was almost complete, and he never expected the performance he was about to witness. You heard it afterward. Yes. Loud? Oh, yes. He was still close, Martin said. I can make the sound. Oh, really? Okay. A call? I, uh, I guess it's a call. It scares Lacey, so I don't do it now when she's around. Gable looked to Petra, making certain the camera was rolling. Of course it was. Gable nodded to Martin, who cupped his hands around his mouth and breathed deeply. Oh, oh, ooh, oh. Oh my, Gable said. Everyone smiled. Okay, Rink, should we ask any more questions or anything? Rink shook her head, and everyone relaxed. Petra stood up straight. Let's pack it in. As Petra began loading the camera, the highlight of the trip was mist. From somewhere deep in the hills, over the faint sound of water, clear and distinct. Ah, aha, ooh. Everyone froze. Rig, you heard it, Gable whispered as loudly as he dared, even though the sound had seemingly come from far away, and the fall still hissed in the background. Rink could only nod as her mouth hung open. Her eyes were giant orbs, her arms and hands frozen in midair, freeze frame. Petra looked crestfallen. How could Rink ever explain away this one?